What's up, guys? Back with me, Stuart Foster, Season 3, Episode 1, Wreckage. Okay, so this episode starts off with Steph dreaming about a car crash, about Jesus being dead, about Anna being, Here's the first part. We know this is a dream because if Jesus was dead, they'd be showing him over a bedsheet, not, over like in a sheet, not just like being thrown into a stretcher. So then we wake up, then Steph wakes up, and then we find out Lena's smiling, so of course Jesus is alive, because why would they be smiling if one of their kids was dead? So then they call Jesus. We find out he's at Flintwood. Anna got the baby on time, and Marion's fine. So Marion first calls Jesus, asking about the person, about where his headphones are when he left, and typical Marion things, and Steph's like, she really wants to catch the guy who almost killed their children, which is interesting. So Marion's like, kind of wants to talk to you, and she's like, talk to him. So she's like, hey, dude, and she's like, hey, you're gonna come back when she gets adopted. You promise? So that's when, so they kind of just gave away when he's just coming back. And so he just said, hey, he's just come back whenever. Anyway, Jude's like, is Connor okay? And so last episode, Jude and Connor officially became official boyfriend and boyfriend. So but now they're official what they want to do with it. So Daria's like, hey, why did you break up with her? Of course, because of Jude. And she's like, she just wants to know, and he doesn't give her an answer. So Taylor's like, hey, I know what you did. And he's like, why? Because he's like, because you're into Jude. It's kind of obvious. And kind of like, and just walks away. So we see Brandon at Idlewild, and he meets this character named Kat, played by Catherine McNamara, who we all know from Myra from Grover's Monster, Kat, Claire from Shadowhunters, and Mia Queen from Arrow Season 8. I'm going to say Season 8 because Season 7 she was me smoke, but in Season 7. So, if she's in anything else, she's also in the contest. So, So she's a very known actress. Basically, in this one, she's very snooty to Brandon. She's like, it's Katarina. He's like, just call her Kat. And Brandon's like, he's a pianist, and the guy's like, no, Brandon, you're listed as composer. And some guy behind him says, hey, you're a composer too, huh? His name's Tony. And Brandon's just does it, say, hey, his name's Brady. It's just like, Terry, there must be a mistake. And she's like, call her Terry, because he calls him Mrs. Anderson. And he's like, Terry, they have me listed as a composer, but he's a pianist. And she's like, I didn't think when you're doing the performance, I didn't think your thing was that good. So Brandon's doing this piece, and Kat calls it lovely, but when they're partnered up together, she's totally like, there's no way you part me up with him. And he's like, hey, I thought you'd call my pieces lovely. And she was like, I was being nice. And she was like, it's lovely for a 6-year-old, bro. So, am I gonna like this Cat? Because obviously she's rubbing me the wrong way with how she talks to Brandon. And Brandon's hair kind of reminds me of Season 1 Brandon. How he was in Season 1. He doesn't have his hair they had in Season 2. His hair's like down in Season 1. So, So Callie still works. So we get to Callie, and she's just walking on the street when she meets this guy who basically calls her, says, hey, princess, why don't you get back to your, he's like, getting for change, and he's like, hey, princess, why don't you go back to your privileged life? And she's like, hey, you don't know anything about her. And then the guy just says, "Hey, get away from her." And this black guy just like, "Get away from her." And he's like, "This is a free country." So when Callie goes into the drop-in center, she meets that same guy, and we learn his name's AJ. And he's a foster kid looking for his brother. So yeah, so when Callie goes in and drops her another time, he sneaks out and he gets out and she's like she's not gonna tell on him if he has a foster family. She can tell she's not gonna tell him. She promises. But when Brandon, someone's little sister is playing at the beach thing with a new person there, and Brandon's there, and before Brandon can say stuff about Iowa, why Brandon decides to take a sick day, decided not to go out wild that time. But AJ shows up, and Callie's like, "Hey, we can place you with. Let's find out where your foster family." He ran away from his foster family because he was looking for his brother, but his brother didn't show up. And Callie's like, "Hey, we can find your foster family. We can target your foster family." He's like, "No." They say if you run out of time, that's it. They're done. So basically, they gave up on him the first day. Basically, by saying that. So the first day he was placed them, they basically say if he runs, they're done with him. Basically, giving up on AJ the first day. So yes, Callie does a very irresponsible thing by letting him stay the night at the drop-in center, which is very dumb. Because Raphael says it when he catches her at the end of the episode, and he's like, "Callie, why'd you do that?" And she's like, "Raphael, she said she let someone sleep there last night," and he's like, "Callie, why'd you do it?" And she's like, "Raphael, I need this," and he's like, "You should have thought of that before you did it. You're fired, Callie. Go home." So basically, Callie just lost her job, thanks to AJ, but it was also thanks to her because she was the one that gave him the place. So is it both their faults? Is it AJ's fault? Is it Callie's fault? Whose fault is it? I don't know. I would blame AJ, but Callie's the one that did it. So yeah, so Mariana and Callie were at the thing. Mariana has this like bikini that has an American flag on it. So yeah, so she's helping Anna out with her baby Isabella. Mariana is just not letting Anna touch the baby. She's taking her Isabella all by herself. And is like in this collar type device. And Mariana is just, just like, she's not letting Anna touch Isabella. She's like rocking her by herself. But when Anna comes home to Anna holding Isabella, she's like, can I take her? And Anna's like, no. And she's like, "Do you need help?" And she's like, "No, I can take care by myself. Don't you have a boyfriend? Don't go with him before he decides to take a tour." So yeah, so I get where Anna's coming from because Mario is basically taking care of Anna's baby, not letting Anna have any moments with it. So I get where Anna did this. But yeah, Anna has her baby. She was kind of mad that she thought she'd be mad. Was definitely more mad if she allowed them to to keep Isabella the baby. But yeah, but anyway, Mariana attempts to sleep with Matt. But Matt's like, no, I'm on tour. I gotta get on the road. So he leaves, and who shows up? My boy Wyatt with some beer, which Mariana does take from him. And basically, my boy Wyatt and Mariana sleep together. Mariana wanted to lose her virginity to Matt, which ended up losing her virginity to my boy Wyatt. So yeah. So let's talk about Lena and Monty. Lena and Monty, basically, all they do in this episode is basically say that they're sorry that the kiss should never happen. Lena and Monty dance at the party, and Brandon is basically, Lou and Brandon's like, "Hey, why aren't you playing his song?" And she's like, and Lou's like, "They're not his song." So he's asking the band to play his songs, but she's like, they're not their songs to play. But Brandon's like, if he's gonna be a composer, he needs to get used to other people playing his songs. So he's basically allowing someone's little sister to play his music. So that's very maturity from Brandon. So, so he basically confronts Cat. Cat and says, "Hey, you may have your temper tantrum, you may have your fits, but he's the officer for children, and he's grown up to have a little temper tantrum, but that's not gonna stop him from dealing with her. So go, Brandon. Tell this cat that she doesn't get to boss you around." So Taylor outs Jude and Connor to the school. Jude's like in Connor and Darius like, "I knew it wasn't her," and Darius like, she knew it wasn't her, and Taylor's like, "Just be quiet, Daria." And because she's saying some stuff that she shouldn't be saying about Jude and Connor, because some guy asked, and she's like, "That guy didn't, Daria didn't, Connor didn't out them. She did," and she's like, "Why?" And she's like, you were having a problem coming out, and I didn't coming out to be coming out." And she's like, and she's like, "I went to the whole school, and Jude and Daria's like, 'Hey, what's the problem with the whole school knowing you're gay?' And Jude's like, 'I'm not gay,' walking off. So Jude has a problem of being labeled. It's like being labeled like the foster kid, the gay kid, or the kid with a dead mom. Jude doesn't like that. He just wants to be Jude. Just Jude. So yeah, basically, yeah. So Steph confronts Lena. So Steph in this episode is having, like, so Steph is, like, she confronts the guy, Joel Olsen, Joe Olsen, about, and he's like, "I didn't take no truck, I didn't take no car, I didn't take the truck." And Steph basically complains to Lena about how when she got the fatality, she lost him, she lost the kid, and she didn't know what to do. I basically feel with Steph. So yeah. So basically that wraps up this episode. And yeah. That basically wraps up this episode. So I thought this episode's a really good premiere for the season. It was really enjoyable. I like the new characters in AJ. I like the recurring characters. I like the new characters in AJ and Tony. And Kat, sorta. She's not my favorite. But maybe she'll get there, or maybe she won't, because she just has this bossy attitude about her. She even said that she was saying that Brandon things were nice, but she didn't actually think that Brandon's piece was nice. And she forced to partner up with him, but she doesn't really like that. So, and I thought Tony was really good, even though he got one line in this entire episode saying that, "Hey, his name's Tony." I thought that he was good. AJ, he was very good. I like his storyline that he's, looking for he's looking for his brother that he lost, that he was supposed to meet up with, but his brother never showed. We're probably gonna get like a storyline where we meet his brother, and yeah. And Callie got fired from Johnson Center for doing something really dumb by letting AJ stay there, but AJ took some spray paint and left, which was bad on AJ's part, but it was also bad on Callie's part. So it's definitely, she's probably going to do the same thing. She's probably going to do what Callie is best known for doing, lying to Stephanie, because she's done some lying before, where she lies and then she comes clean. So I don't know, she's probably going to lie. That's Callie, basically, where she lies to Stephanie, and Stephanie are probably going to think that she still works at Drop-In Center, but she doesn't, because that's Callie. So I thought this episode was really good. Matt and Wyatt came back. I love my boy Wyatt, and he and Mariana slept together. So obviously, Mariana's gonna do probably a bunch of lying things. She's up with Matt when she's up with Wyatt. She's probably gonna, feel bad because she did. Cause that was kind of Callie's ex-boyfriend, and that's Callie's ex-boyfriend. So I get why she would, feel bad. But we'll have to see when the season goes on. And we have no Jesus. We know that by him going to Fleetwood. He's not even in the intro. There's no credit to the intro. I guess he's going to come back when Callie gets adopted, because Callie said promise when she gets adopted he'll return. So I guess we're going to get no Jesus for a while until Callie gets adopted. I guess I'm going to miss Jesus. So, I guess I'm going to miss Jesus. They did not mention anything about dance team, so no, they never mentioned anything about Tia, nothing about dance team. This takes place 3 weeks after the accident, so they never mentioned anything about Tia, the dance team, so that's probably over and done with. That team probably disbanded, they never mentioned it. Not even Mariana, who's on the dance team, mentioned nothing about it in this entire episode. So that's probably season 2 exclusive thing that the writers probably just forgot about when they did the show. So anyway, I thought that episode was really good. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next The Fosters.